So in what ways are you a different team than you were last season?
This is our 10th year skating together. We've gone through a lot of ups and downs, and we've had a lot of different experiences that I think have really prepared us for what a lot of people say is a stressful year, but for us, we're really just looking forward to the Olympic year, all the experiences. So I think that we're a lot more mature, and we've got some really great programs that we really love, and we can't wait to show them to everyone.
Awesome. Okay, so what are some of the advantages of being a brother and sister team?
I think our experience together in life and on the ice has really been a huge factor in our success. This is our 10th year skating together. I've known her entire life. The connection that we have on the ice, it's family love essentially. We care a lot about each other, and so when we go out onto the ice, if it's a stressful environment, and let's face it, competition is stressful, you want to do well, but it's so I guess relaxing might be the right word. It's comforting having, someone that you care about and that cares about you when you go out there to battle. And not every situation is ideal, but having been through all these, these battles together over the course of our career, we feel very comfortable in almost any situation. I think those are the positives.
Awesome. So what about disadvantages?
I think the only thing is that sometimes we both have strong personalities and strong opinions, so if we think of how to approach things differently, that can be difficult to manage around. And really, any time that you work with someone closely, whether you're brother and sister, or you're married, or you've just known each other or been friends for a really long time, you're not always going to get along. And I think for us, the funny thing is that we know pretty much a lot about each other, so pushing each other's buttons is where the brother-sister comes into play. But I think that, again, we're really happy and lucky to be going through this journey and experience together.
I think at the core of the issue, though, you hear from a lot of other skaters who are like, oh, I can never skate with my brother or my sister, I hate her, couldn't do that, how do you guys do it? And I think when you really analyze the situation, Maia and I have a great relationship. Obviously, we've known each other a long time, that goes without being said, but we, ever since we were young, we loved doing things together. We just liked hanging out, and we continue to hang out on and off the ice. We have a great relationship, and I think that feeds directly into, how successful we've been on the ice. As far as, getting things done and not arguing at times, when both people have a lot of drive and there's a lot of care in terms of the final product and, the artistry that you're trying to put on the ice and the best product, we are different people, we're going to have different ideas, and so situations do arise where there are just disagreements in terms of like, oh, I think we should do this step here, or no, I think we should do this step. And so we take that as more of a positive, even though it could be perceived as a negative, because we both care so much about getting it right that we're willing to go through, not necessarily an argument, but a disagreement in order to get the best quality that we possibly can.
Perfect. Now, can one of you, or both of you, talk a little bit about your short dance and free dance this year, as far as music, who did the choreography, if there's a story behind your programs, and what inspired your costumes?
The short dance theme for this year is Foxtrot and Quickstep, the rhythms, I should say. So we're skating to pieces performed by Michael Buble. We're getting to work with Corky Ballas again this year. It's been really so much fun. We worked with him previously 2 years ago when the short dance was Latin, and we really just have such a great working relationship with him, and he gets along so well with Marina that it's been so much fun coming up with these programs. They're so exciting. He's just such a breath of fresh air, and he's so creative, so experienced, that we're really happy with what we have. We
went to Houston earlier in the year to start working on the program with him, and so that was really helpful. We were right on top of things. When Worlds ended last season, we knew exactly what music we wanted to skate to, and we had a plan as to who we were going to work with and how we were going to get it done. We had a timeline, and so that organization has really paid dividends in terms of our preparation going forward. The short dance, the compulsory that's being utilized in the short dance is the fin step. And so obviously when you're picking music for a program, we really want to make it seem like we're dancing to live music. And our fin step music, we feel, is perfect for the dance. We really enjoy the dance. I think we're really comfortable, or we're getting comfortable with the dance right now. And our program, even without the compulsory in it, it's just feel-good music. We love our choreography. it's such a great program to skate, and I think the audience is really going to enjoy what they see from us this year as far as the short dance goes.
Awesome. And just to clarify, on here, Corky Ballas from Dancing with the Stars?
Yes.
Okay. And then Maia, can you tell us a little bit about your free dance?
For free dance this year, we've spent a lot of time and energy and thought and I guess I already said time, but it's just been a real process for us that we've been working closely with Marina. So for our music, we're skating to Michael Jackson. We're very excited about that. We've gotten to work with such great professionals. We've worked with Travis Payne and Stacey Walker, who were basically in his inner circle. So that's been amazing for us. They've been so much a part of everything as far as the music, our costumes, our packaging, really just getting the best help from the best people possible.
They danced on, multiple Michael Jackson tours, and later on in their careers, they were the dance masters. If you watch the This Is It documentary chronicling the preparation for the tour right before his death, they are prominently showed in, it's so obvious how involved they were in the process. They know the style in and out. And if you think about it from a dance perspective, Michael Jackson kind of created his own style. It's very, visible still today, and everyone can kind of relate to the music, the dance. It's a global, he and his material it's a global phenomenon. And so in a year where our sport is kind of center stage for the Olympics, and you might have someone on television or someone watching television who wouldn't necessarily watch figure skating, we're hoping to kind of draw that person in, kind of connect with something that they haven't experienced with. It's cool music. It's so much fun. In the past, sometimes we skated to programs where, this is my competition music, and I'm going to listen to this to visualize my competitive program. And this is the music that I listen to pump myself up, and this is the music that I really enjoy listening to. This year, it's been so cool because just in practice and, it's gotten to the point where our free dance music is our pump-up music. It's the music that we listen to in the car on the way to the rink. I think the choreography process that we've undergone with Travis and Stacey has been one of the most amazing experiences that I've had in figure skating, and maybe will ever have. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell what the future holds, but we did a boot camp with Stacey in Los Angeles in April, and we literally learned, Smooth Criminal, Thriller. We just got a full kind of boot camp lesson on the movements from the music video. And we thought we had it. We tried to prepare going forward, and obviously they're the experts, and so they were like, nice try, but it's really like this. And
it's so much more specific than you really even realize.
And I think it'll really show off the length of our partnership, how comfortable we are, our unison. The music is just so much fun, and we're trying to make it. We know that other skaters have done Michael Jackson programs in the past, but we're making this our program. We've gone to extensive lengths. We worked with a quartet.
1966 quartet.
They're a group of young musicians based in Japan, and they re-recorded our second section, which is Ben.
Especially for us.
And so collaborating on a music level and on a choreography level with amazing talent, I think that's really going to help us put out a great performance when it comes to competitions.
In regards to your YouTube channel, did you always have an interest in writing and producing videos? Is this a budding post-skating career goal, and who is the driving force behind your channel?
I am. We both have a very active role in, we both do different things. Maia does a lot of the pre-planning. She's really good at organizing people. I just kind of yell and, get here, get there, and she's very calm and collected about, asking people to be in places. We never have a lot of time to shoot these videos, and so it's kind of been trial by fire, and they've all turned out great. We're all happy with the products that we put out, and we wouldn't post them if we weren't
happy with
how they came out.
Awesome.
I do the editing.
Creatively, we toss ideas back and forth.
We've started storyboarding. Originally it started out with a trip from Salt Lake to Sun Valley with Adam Rippon, and we just turned on Friday the the hit song, I guess, and it was literally a 35-second video, I believe, or a minute video.
So we've come a long way.
We've come a long way. We're trying to expand our range. It used to be very much just music videos. Our interest has grown. I've always been interested in, and it's kind of hard to say this because everyone's technically interested in television and film. Like, when you say, like, oh, I like movies, everyone loves movies, so what is that really saying? But, you know, I am interested in, after skating, going into the television and film industry. We are kind of getting unique experience, you know, editing these ourselves. I haven't taken any formal classes, but when we go to these media shoots and I see these, like, we see this amazing equipment, the lighting. We get really jealous. We get really jealous. It's like, I wonder if someone would notice if we stole this camera.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. But, you know, I think going forward, it's something that we really enjoy doing. We know that the fans really enjoy seeing them. We like sharing our experiences with them. We get to do a lot of cool things through our, you know, our success in this sport. And so it's kind of a unique opportunity for us to remember, you know, years down the road or even months later, oh, like after a really hard training day, we might watch one of the videos and like, oh, that was so much fun.
Remember when we were hanging out with a gymnast from London? Oh, that was so cool. Or, oh, remember that time in Japan. So it's just really been a great thing for us as well as hopefully for the fans.
Awesome. Now, it takes a lot of sacrifices to be in the position that you guys are in, obviously heading into the Olympics. So what are some of the hardest choices that you've had to make to become an elite team?
I think for us, this has always been both of our dreams. So any sacrifices that we've had to make have really been worth it, and they've been decisions that we've thought out because of how much we love what we're doing. Obviously, it's not easy. The hours can be difficult. You know, balancing skating and school is challenging, but I think everything has been very rewarding so far.
And to be clear, when, you know, Maia says we refers to our family, our mom and our dad. It's a family decision, and they've always supported us 100%. We wouldn't be anywhere without them. You know, we've moved twice for skating. Maia and I have, you know, sacrificed a lot, but our parents have sacrificed a lot for us, and we're very appreciative of that. And it's very cool that we're going to be able to experience this as a family these next coming months together.
And we're really just so lucky because, you know, figure skating was our dream. If we had wanted to play soccer or basketball or anything, they would have supported us through anything.
Be artists, like, you know, whatever our passion was, they were going to support us no matter what. And it just happened to be figure skating, and so they've kind of jumped into this with us, and they're so supportive, and we're really lucky to have them.
Who did you admire skating growing up?
I think one thing that we've really realized as we try and make sure that we're historians of the sport, that we realize what's come before us, because that's really such an important thing. And so I don't think that we can really pick certain people because there are so many different skills or qualities that many skaters had that you can really take from. For example, when we were touring this past summer for Maui Show the Ice, we were on the ice with single skaters, which is not something that we normally get to do, but it really just added to our training environment and what we were seeing.
You can learn a lot from anybody, and so, you know, there are a lot of skating greats out there that, you know, YouTube is such a wonderful resource now where you're able to go back and people post these wonderful clips of history of, you know, performances that really changed the sport at the time. And while the sport is so different now, we really look to the past to kind of understand better what we want to do with our skating and how we can kind of mold and shape our future. It's been also very special as we've gotten older to get to know some of the people that we've idolized and watched live on television and things like that. You know, you get, I remember when we met Christy Yamaguchi for the first time, Maia was so nervous. And Christy, of course, is just like a wonderful human being. She's so gentle, she's so kind, and, you know, she's been very supportive of us over the past years. And meeting Brian Boitano, we did a Brian Boitano video on our YouTube channel, getting to work with him in sort of a fun way, and meeting him and talking to him and kind of picking their brains about things and just talking about regular stuff too. It's great that they make themselves so available to be athletes today. And those are just two examples. Scott Hamilton was the guest speaker at Champs Camp this past year, and hearing his life experiences and his competitive experiences, and, you know, you think about how you can apply the wisdom that someone imparts to you for yourself and what comes, you know, what's coming in the next couple of months. And so
There are really so many great people, whether it's Paul Wiley and Evening with Champions. So I think that it's just been an extreme honor for us to get to
We
meet
just try to
so
be
many
giant
of these people.
sponges because you appreciate what I personally appreciate. I appreciate their skating, but what I appreciate more is once you get to know them and you realize that they're such interesting people with a wealth of knowledge and experience, that's where you really learn. Like, you can be amazed, like, oh wow, that double axel is just beautiful. And I mean, I've never been able to do a double axel, so anyone who does a double axel, it's beautiful to me. But you know, you learn a lot from the people because people are doing this sport. It's not just the jumps, it's not just the choreography. You know, I think that's been a really cool part for us to experience over the past few years.
Cool. Now, last question. Are the 2018 Olympic Winter Games on your radar, and is that a goal for you?
Not to take this too lightly, but, you know, Maya and I always kind of joke about how we're just, well, we don't joke, but we were literally just trying to take things one step at a time. You never know what can happen in life, and we've been thrilled and surprised by a lot of great things in our career so far, and sometimes disappointed by other things. You know, injuries are a risk with every athlete, so I think it would be kind of silly to commit to anything at this point. We're focused on, you know, the rest of this season. We'll take, you know, time to think about what we want to do with our future after, you know, the season is over. The focus really has to be on our competitions this fall, the national championships and the Olympics. Of course, you know, being a two-time Olympian or being an Olympian in general is always a goal and a dream, but 2018 feels like a long way away right now. And so, you know, we're focused on the present. We're still young. We feel like there's a lot for us to do, and we feel like we can grow in a lot of ways.
But right now we're just focused on this season.